You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Booting up Smart Mark system. Microphones check. Soundboard check. Recording and streaming software check. Production sheets check. Smart Mark hosts check. All systems are a go. Tuesday Night Smakdown, you are clear for broadcast.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Welcome to Smackdown. Tonight's ensemble is our roundtable of the Marked Out universe. We have the decrepit Stone Age Steve Awesome with us. Board operator Rawsome Rob. Row. And live via the U-Record fan line, by the grace of Miss Shauna, we are granted the presence once again of Colonel Bob. Hello, Bob.
Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, not much. Welcome back. We got our normal, usual stuff tonight. We're going to do a Mud Report, this day in wrestling history. First, we got to just quickly mention how our board comes alive even when our show is late, despite everything else. I think that's pretty amazing. And it's taken on a life of its own so that while we're late, somebody else can keep going.
Oh, the chat board?
Yeah, they've started it on our own.
Let's see who we got, man.
And they've set a record today for downloads for our last night's episode.
Yeah,
already.
we did. We broke a record today. We got Noah on the board. We got Jonathan on the board. We've got Brennan Brad talking about what's up, bromosexuals. Noah's on the board. Juan is on the board. And we welcome, for the first time live here, Brian York. Brian York on the board.
Is it Brian with a Y or an I?
It's Brian with a Y.
It's with a Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You mean
okay.
the York or the Brian?
the Brian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian apparently is a bigger fan of Adam than this show than my
As
show.
well he should be. So before we get into too much more, let's do some housekeeping.
Micha Meech said he's not. Wait, Micha said, hey, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
Micha.
Hey, Micha.
Micha, we haven't seen you in a while, man. It's good to have you back. I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, where the fuck has Micha Meech been?
Yeah. Housekeeping.
Housekeeping!
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping!
Come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. You can join us on our website at markedoutwrestling.com, on Twitter at SmartMarkShow, Facebook.com/markedoutthe1, YouTube channel, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, where we broadcast live every Monday following Raw. Our Google Plus page, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Instagram, Marked Out Wrestling, and our U-Record Studios Smart Line, 704-444-0084. Get connected.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this? Oh, it's you.
Can you dig it? Dig it, sucker, sucker.
All right, so we're going to get right into it.
Fucking worthless. You're not going to get right into it.
How many times?
You're going to wait till the fucking segment starts.
I'm trying to intro the Mud Report before the music starts.
No, you intro after the music, motherfucker.
No, that's how he does it.
It's my show. This is how I always do it.
It's fucking Radio 101. You worked in radio.
If you pay attention, Adam gives the introduction and then he pauses after the music.
But he's
Exactly.
not.
Thank you, Kiera. Thank you.
He's not supposed to. He's supposed to
He
shut
did it the last few times.
He's supposed to shut his goddamn chew mouth and
Guys.
the fucking music plays.
In any event,
Careful, we get another email from Zim.
Oh, Jesus.
in any event, take back over this show.
Brian said
the Mud Report's going to be done by Brian this week. We got a lot of stuff to cover in the Mud Report, so we're actually going to fly through it because we got a jam-packed show. Following it will be This Week in Wrestling History. We're going to return our segment from last week and have Bob try to stump Rob with some fake kind of headline news stories from this week's episode, since, as usual, Rob didn't get here till right before showtime. And then we'll do our normal Good, the Bad, and the Glorious Talking Smack Live recap. We got Brian debuting his new segment. Going to do some more resume trivia, No Mercy predictions, and then close out with final thoughts. Brian, take us away on the Mud Report.
Yeah, can I fucking talk, guys? Jeez.
You're the silent one, right?
Yeah. So they say. Yeah, you don't know me. You have to see me when the cameras aren't rolling.
You're cool.
Hey. But I just want to give an update on Jamie Noble. It was reported a couple days ago that he was stabbed twice outside of his home. But he's going to be okay. He suffered a collapsed lung, and he's going to make a full recovery. But scary stuff. I mean, it just happened to be just a kind of a escalated kind of road rage kind of thing.
You're not going to yell at him for pounding the table.
It could have almost been just J security.
I've just given up on you guys. I really have.
I'm staying away. What else you got, Brian?
And then we got Alberto El Patron. He also that's the reason why he missed those AAA dates over the weekend as well, allegedly. So that's kind of what he says, but I mean, it kind of adds up.
Well, not to discount anything. I have been stabbed myself, and the only reason it didn't hurt
rage
whatever they gave me at the hospital. But anyway, the next day it was a lot of pain.
Right on. And then also,
thank you for discounting my life, Brian.
Grew up on the streets.
I could give two shits.
This is the Mud Report, not Adam's Spill Your Beans.
Go on.
And then we got Kota Ibushi. He's backing his word from what he had previously said, but he says that there's no chance that he's going to sign on for a full-time WWE contract. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be completely shutting the door. Obviously, he's going to be competing in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Yeah, but it's pretty clear now that team won't be winning.
They won't be winning, but he also, he doesn't want to, not to say that he wants to kind of burn any bridges. He hopes that this can kind of bridge the gap between WWE and Japan.
Or bridge the gap between allowing part-timers that aren't legends.
Right, exactly, right. And then we
also hold on a second. What do you got over on the board, Rob?
There he is.
Yeah, just wanted to say hi to Tess. And let's see here. I just want to say, Brian, welcome to the board again, Brian. Brian said, "Let the fucking music breathe." That's what he said.
There it is.
I'm just want to put that out there, and they're just being nasty and shit. All
right, what else you got, Brian?
And then word is Eric Rowan suffered a torn rotator cuff, so he's gonna be back on the shelf.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, kind of
poor guy.
Yeah, he already had surgery.
The whole Wyatt family gimmick is just
they're breaking apart, man.
Bad luck.
I mean, even Bray, I think that's kind of why
they just can't catch a break.
Yeah. And then Goldberg, obviously tomorrow we have him going on SportsCenter. He's going to be promoting the new WWE game, but he's also been on record saying that he's going to address whether or not he's going to come back as a wrestler.
Well, and the rumors of Lesnar and Goldberg too. I mean, they were booed out the building. WWE. That's the first time, Bob. I think you'll know this because I think you watched it live too. But wasn't that the first time when you got the DVD that you remember that they completely edited the audio from that match?
Yeah, no, that was the first time that they completely fucked the audio on it.
Yeah, they just took it all out because they were booing both sides, and I mean, hell. They let the guest referee, Austin, stun both of them before they left the company.
Yeah, out the door.
On my old show, we interviewed Goldberg a couple of times, and we talked to him about that match. And he is actually incredibly generous towards Brock in that situation because he was a kid who just wanted to get out because he was in a situation he didn't like, and they were angry at the audience. Even Stone Cold was like, when he was talking to him, he was like, "This is bullshit, guys. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just one of those times, probably before social media broke, where everybody knew those guys were both done, and the fans just gave them hell for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then lastly, Bob, I don't know if you heard about this one, but did you hear who the mystery partner for Austin Aries is going to be in the tag team tournament?
Are they going to announce it tomorrow on the show?
They're going to confirm it tomorrow, but the rumor is
my man, former Ring of Honor champion Roderick Strong. So apparently, guys, he's gonna be debuting in the tournament. And
they had a hell of a rivalry for the Ring of Honor
yeah,
belt.
former tag team champs.
Also just a rivalry.
Right. Oh, yeah, going against right on. Plus his time in PWG as well. I'm excited.
Until they bring Jay Lethal over, I don't give a fuck about anybody coming from.
He'll be there. I mean,
why does Brian have to make that horse noise?
No, I can't get over the right on remark he keeps making.
I know,
right
on.
Right on?
Right on, brother.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on, brother.
Right on.
All right, are you done?
I'm done.
All right. We're going to...
This day in wrestling history.
Have I let the music breathe long enough, Brian? I'm talking to you.
He talks over it.
I'm talking to you, Mr. York. It's not like it's wine.
That's Brian with a Y.
I'm just fucking with you.
He was allowed to talk over that part.
Yeah, that was perfect right there.
All right, so this day in wrestling history, we're going to start off with Stevie.
Okay. Well, 34 years ago today, right here in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina, Sergeant Slaughter defeated Ricky Steamboat in a finals of a tournament to crown the new NWA U.S. champion. It was previously held by Wahoo, but he was forced to leave because of injury suffered by Abdullah the Butcher. It was pretty brutal. Other participants in that tournament include Pat Patterson, Nikolai Volkov, Ivan Koloff, Jay Youngblood, Dusty, of course, and Ole Anderson.
All right, Bob, are you actually going to read your script? Did you like what I wrote this week?
Yeah. Of course, we all remember a year ago, AAA Mexico presented Immortales 9 in Domo San Luis in San Luis, Mexico, which, of course, is the annual celebration in the memory of AAA's founder, Antonio Pena.
Okay.
One of the great matches from that card, of course, was Taurus eliminating La Parca to win a 10-man battle royal to win the 2015 Copa Antonia Pena. The other competitors, of course, were Cybernetico, Blue Demon Jr., Avera, Hio de Peretta, Morgan, Electroshock, Aerostar, and of course the great Chessman.
Wrong.
Chessman.
Great match enjoyed by all.
All right.
I'm sorry. As much as you try to ruin it for him, he gets you back. I mean, he's prepared.
Anyway.
Every fucking time.
And I'm going to close this segment out because this is a big memory in this area. 41 years ago today, a Cessna 310 plane heading to Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina, from Charlotte for an evening show crashes as they approach the Wilmington airport. Of course, most famously on that plane is Ric Flair, but also was there David Crockett, Bob Bruggers, Tim Woods, and Johnny Valentine. Plane ran out of gas and lost about 4,000 feet and crashed just 100 yards short of the runway, missing a nearby water tower. Everyone aboard. I can't believe we're laughing through such a tragedy. But the fucking dog won't leave me the hell alone over here. Everybody aboard initially survived the plane crash, though they were all seriously injured. Crockett, who wasn't supposed to be on the plane, suffered head and arm injuries and lost 2 teeth. Flair's back was broken in 3 places. He returned to the ring, though, eight months later.
That's insane.
Even though he was told to never wrestle again. Valentine suffered the worst thing, bone fragment embedded in his spinal column, and he would be paralyzed.
Yeah.
And the pilot went into a coma that he never came out to. He died 2 months later. So very tragic, but big news story of that era for 41 years ago. Steve, I'm sure you remember it.
Yeah, actually.
I remember it, too.
I saw Johnny Valentine.
You're not even 41 years old.
I remember it.
That's the worst.
Hey, Noah says that Bob feels like the Dave Meltzer of our group.
Okay. I'm sure Bob loves that comment.
Yeah,
his head just grew.
Yeah,
like
you just blew his ego up.
I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
All right, Bob, you're going to play with Rob for a minute.
Oh.
Okay, that's a weird way to phrase it.
I know. You like my segue? That's what happens when we don't have music.
I've got 3 true or false for you, Rob.
Okay.
Did this bullshit happen?
All right.
So Swagger, a submission expert, wins by submission without anyone submitting. True or false?
I go false off of him being a submission expert.
Well, you would be wrong because he's a submission expert, and that shit happened.
Okay.
There was no tap, but he won by submission.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight, there was a Dolph This Is Your Career segment, and the Spirit Squad reunited. True or false?
I'm gonna say false.
guess what? That shit happened.
Are
That
you
shit
fucking
happened.
serious?
3 out of 5.
Yes.
Wow.
3 out of 5.
I thought last week was bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the next one, Bob?
In retaliation for last week, Randy Orton traps Bray Wyatt inside of a boxcar, and then when he goes back to get him, more than halfway through the show, Bray Wyatt evaporates.
Wait. He trapped Randy in a boxcar and then Bray Wyatt evaporates?
Mm-hmm.
Really? You know what?
Did that happen?
Yes. Fucking yeah.
That shit happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Bray called on Sister Abigail and evaporated.
Who the fuck is writing for SmackDown now?
Some LSD addicts, I think.
This is my new favorite segment.
All right.
This is so much bullshit. Wait, what was that?
It's going on.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
What you need to make a good Smackdown is your 3 key ingredients.
So our 3 main ingredients tonight. Our number 1 is the what a great work. Well, I guess we're gonna just get started and get
I wouldn't think of AJ as being the guy that would be the most impressive to me on the microphone.
maybe not on the microphone, but
He's
I mean,
improved by leaps and bounds since coming to WWE.
Absolutely,
I
and he
think.
can hold his own. Bob, you want to chime in on this?
I mean, he was good, but AJ was not the best on the microphone tonight by a fucking country mile.
Really? I kind of disagree there.
No, Bob's made a good point there. I mean, AJ wasn't the best, but I feel he still held his own.
Oh, no. He held his own, but Ambrose, like, on talk.
Yeah, well,
on
it's always
SmackDown.
happened with The Miz and Daniel. There's been kind of a.
It was mostly Dolph fighting Daniel's battle. There was never Daniel going. I mean, he waited a couple weeks and then said something when it was swept under the rug, Steve.
Right. But
he didn't address it.
He got carried over.
Dean addressed it completely tonight. He goes,
Tonight,
"You said this about me. You said that." And I mean, yeah, you go get on a jet or whatever. It was a good work. I liked it overall. We're going to save kind of our predictions on these when we get down to the not backlash, No Mercy predictions.
No Mercy.
Yeah, No Mercy. So I guess if anyone else has anything to add there, I guess we'll move on. Number two, hide and seek. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton.
Now we can feel Robin and all the drama tonight.
I'm going to do the quickest recap here ever. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton have been playing We Can't Wrestle in a Ring Yet kind of mentality promos battle here. And tonight he evaporates after being locked in there, calling on Sister Abigail. Just like Bob said, he gets locked in a trailer thing and then
I mean, I've personally,
I was entertained by it.
Yeah, so as was I, Bob. I mean, I really enjoyed especially the cameras that they had inside of the crate, and you can, it was just kind of black and white, and you can kind of see just Bray rocking back and forth or just talking to himself. I thought he sold that phenomenally.
Yeah, I agree too. The only thing I thought should have happened was the rocking chair should have been still rocking when they opened the door.
It should have been moving the whole time. They should have rigged it in some way. I agree with that, Stevie. That would have
been cool.
All they really did was put a lamp up and some fog lights. I don't know. I'm kind of spent on the whole.
Do you think this is a precursor to a Sister Abigail kind of appearance of an actual person, or?
Well, even the announce team said it on Talking Smack. They were like, "Do you think this match will actually happen, or will they fight backstage again?" And I would almost say that's even odds right now that this match might not even happen again. I mean, that's how little they're using Bray Wyatt's character in any way. I guess we'll talk about it more, little bit, maybe more in the predictions and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go on. I guess anybody on the board chiming in anything of consequence?
We're dealing with technical issues right now with our live stream, so everybody's kind of telling me, "Rob, help us, help us."
We're not streaming, so nobody can hear us.
You fuckers just entertain yourselves.
Yeah, there you go. Number three. This is going to be the funnest one of the night. We had a WWE Network 24 series.
The best video package I've seen in a while.
The Dolphumentary, an awesome production from, I guess, Miz there on Miz TV. It was subtitled "Success of a Failure" and showed him caddying.
It was an absolute burial.
Oh, my God. Showed him caddying for Kerwin White. A.K.A. Chavo Guerrero, showed him with the Spirit Squad.
Losing all the finishing moves that got put on him. And
it showed him
getting the stuff dumped on him. The
exclusive
DX
interviews with people backstage, cut it, make him sound like they're downgrading his character.
Getting handed the title after not actually winning it and losing it 10 minutes later. They showed that. I mean, wow. I'm surprised they didn't throw the Colonel and the the chicken fight in there somewhere too.
He kind of won that battle, so I guess Miz wouldn't want to use that one.
I forgot, though, that whole stupid gimmick. Bob, do you remember? I kind of forgot it. Maybe you didn't.
Oh, no, dude, I remembered every goddamn one of those things, and I was like, oh.
But him walking around telling everybody his name, that was like kind of Animal House-esque, hey, I'm Dolph Ziggler.
Right, when he first debuted. Yeah, they did that for weeks.
I know. And Shawn Michaels.
My favorite one is he walks into the ring where Kane is standing, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler." And he reaches his hand out, and Kane just picked him up and chokeslammed the shit out of him and walked off.
See, that at least
they should have put that in the package.
Yeah, I wish they did. But basically, Miz has done a great job, a la Jericho, for the Raw crowd, of making us care about, in my opinion, a guy that's been around for a while, had his run at the top, kind of become a mid-card, doesn't really have a belt or involved, because Jericho...
He's not as decorated as Jericho.
But Jericho's the record holder for IC titles, and Miz has had a shit ton of those. I mean, I don't think...
Did any of y'all watch... Did any of y'all watch Talking Smack?
Yeah. Yes.
Of his own...
in full character going, I need this. This is all me. And then tonight he's like, well,
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, it's not like I'm blowing out my knee and being told I can't wrestle anymore. It's I'm losing the opportunity and being I felt like he not taking it seriously, Bob, was almost a bad thing. I mean, this is his career.
I think it's a guy who realizes he can't give his resume anymore. So tonight he had a video that I think to a degree, I think
almost
it had
helped
to have
push
bumped him out some, because it kept showing like how just bullshit after bullshit thing they keep running this guy through, and he's been a great workhorse for the company.
And that they even furthered his points on Talking Smack too. Just him saying that that he was he had a 10-minute match or whatever it was. He was champion for just
one of the things that I thought that came out of it that was really poignant to me was that he's been in there 11 years, and he referred to his lack of injuries as a hindrance because he never had any time off of significance where he could come back as a reinvented version of himself in a different whatever. He always had to, right after he lost a pay-per-view match, they would be like, okay, next night on Raw, you're going to reinvent yourself and you're going to do this new gimmick.
But you're still going to the same Dolph.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a new feud.
Right. And that was a great point. That is kind of also Miz's lack of injury kind of falls into that same line.
Yep.
Every guy has benefited. They come back in better shape. They come back with a fresh set. They usually get a push from an injury storyline. Those guys never had that.
Suspension's kind of worked that way.
Yeah, we don't know if he's coming back as a face or heel. That's a great point, Bob. What do you got?
Bob.
What do you got over there, Rob?
Well, first I got put on CT's list because we're having some.
Rob's on the list.
Wow. We're having some issues with the video. So I think we got him straightened out. I just took we're not on camera anymore, so we're just going to run with the audio for right now. But so I got off the list, and then he's telling me he swears to God if I don't fix it, I'm back on it. Brian says Ziggler is Bob's Bay.
True, that's a fact.
Jonathan, the only reason I'm going to read this, Jonathan, is purely for the Intergalactic Champ to Zim. Jonathan says my cock is ready for Paige. Okay, I got that. The documentary for Upload Test.
Way to pander to those women.
Yeah, the documentary should be sold as a 3 DVD set alongside the Braden Walker 3 DVD set.
Nice.
Who is Braden Walker?
I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth in.
Brian's going, I mean, legit making me care about the IC title. And Juan, I think Miz did great promo again. Juan said something positive. Brennan, if y'all are, let's see. You guys are going so fast. Hey, I just want to tell you guys something. I want to be serious real quick, and then we'll move on. I don't want to stall the show.
Sure.
But I just want you guys on the board to know that all you kind of originals, I love you all. But as we grow on the live stream, we're going to receive more chatters, and it's going to be harder.
Summarized.
It's going to be a lot more difficult for me to keep up and communicate directly as much as we have. So just be prepared.
Especially with all the page nonsense.
Yeah, so you guys are awesome. Miz is getting a great push, says CT. And, yeah, there we go. Go ahead.
So that kind of I wanted to go to the board there, Rob, to kind of close it out because I think we're going to deal with it probably a little bit more in the good, the bad, and the glorious. So if anyone doesn't have anything else to add, Bob, you got anything else you want to kind of mention here?
No.
Oh, great as always. That's our date.
Am I making it? Never mind. No.
Are you
nothing about the show?
Okay.
You fuck.
It's fucking Adam surprising me. You talk more about the show.
We have now cued the intro twice that you've talked over. So here we go with take number 3.
Fucking mute.
I'm trying to let it breathe.
Smackdown presents
Good, bad, and glorious.
All right. Everybody on the chat board, get your good, bad, and gloriouses together. We're going to come to me last. Adam will go around the table, come to me last, and I'll read your guys since I don't know any fucking thing tonight.
All right, and I think that's the first time we've threatened many times to mute Bob. That's the first time we actually had to pull the trigger there.
I hit the mute button.
So we're going to start with our show winner, and we're actually going to start with Stone Age Steve Awesome. Who's your show winner?
It was close. It was a tie between AJ and Dean, but I'm going to give it to AJ. Just overall tonight, the promos and actually the little battle they had at the end. It was cool.
AJ, it is.
Everything. Yep.
AJ, it is. Bob, what do you got?
It's Ambrose. He tore apart hustle, loyalty, and respect to John Cena's face in front of a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to do that though. If you want to get any, push against somebody of Cena's resume against Dean Ambrose's resume, you have to call him out in that way. I think.
But what he did was art.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with giving him the show win, especially since he's my guy. What do you got, Brian?
I had Dean. I really liked the when he hit his double arm DDT on the ramp. That just sold it for me, and I mean, just solidified. He's the guy going into the show on Sunday.
All right, mine is. I know it's not technically The Miz.
Yeah.
Because it was an awesome production and somebody else probably edited it or whatever. But whoever did the Dolphumentary, that is my show winner because that was gold, just absolute gold. Rob? What do you got on the chat board?
Let's see here. Jonathan's saying that his legacy on the chat board will fade with time, like Undertaker's streak.
Never, Jonathan. You're our first perv.
I'm going to get to their winners, but I do want to address this. CT says, "Oh shit, my dudes." Jonathan, Test, Juan, and Noah, we're getting taken over by these new motherfuckers. Hey, you guys are our originals.
They're OG, yeah.
Yeah, you're OG. You are made men. Don't you worry
you guys
about it.
just come up with a name for yourself, and we'll refer to you that way.
Yeah, you get a faction going. So here, winner for Brian is The Miz. Juan says bad Spirit Squad, good Miz. Brian says Dean was spitting hot fire. Jonathan show winner was Ric Flair and Holly Berry. And Noah says good was Becky Lynch, bad Jack Swagger, the bullshit finish with Corbin, and Glorious Age. Well, we're not doing good, bad, Glorious. It's show winner for Miz for CT, and production team SmackDown was the winner for Upload Test for the documentary.
All right. I guess we're going to move on to show loser. We're going to start with Bob there. Bob, who's your loser?
Once again, it's the Vaudevillains.
Poor
did they wrestle tonight finally?
Yeah, they got jobbed
Yeah,
tonight.
they got buried.
They got buried, and the Ascension got to stand there and watch, like as if they were going to get the push from it. Oh, look, we're going to just stand here. Steve, who's your loser?
Apollo Crews for not being on the show tonight.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's probably for the best.
Yeah, we'll touch base on him, I think, a little bit later. Brian, what do you got?
I had Bray Wyatt. I think he should have gotten a win. I didn't see him going over Kane, but I think he should have gotten a win going into Sunday.
We've had that before.
Yeah, in the books, I have Bray Wyatt as my loser as well. He now has 2 consecutive losses. I know it was a count out because he walked away,
right.
but he was losing before he walked away. And so now he is in the record books as another 2 losses.
No, he was winning before that happened.
But he had spots where he was on top. My point being, Steve, is very simply, Kane is the lowest of the legends he's fought, and he has 2 losses now against him.
Yeah.
He's 0-2 against Kane.
But he was distracted by Orton. I mean, in all fairness, if Orton had come out, he would have beat him at that moment.
Which way did he go?
I can't. Why am I going to say I can't believe he lost to Kane? I absolutely can believe that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one you got right on the. That was the Bray. Yeah, I can believe that. He's stuck in a box.
Oh,
all right, Rob. What's the chat board say for this?
Jonathan Duran says Apollo Crews should be on a milk carton soon. Which that's funny. You guys should have laughed at that.
They can make that a work, a gimmick.
Brian says loser is Bray. He lost already at No Mercy. And let's see, loser for Noah, Bray Wyatt for starring in an episode of fucking Storage Wars for more than half the show.
Wow. Dude, whoever bid on that is probably
Sister
pissed off.
Abigail.
All you got in here is the fucking rocking chair and a fog light. Oh, come on.
CT says the name of the of their faction is the Meme Club.
The Meme Club?
The Meme?
M-E-M-E, meme.
No, we got to come up with something better than that.
I don't like that one.
We can't even show memes. We're an audio show.
Yeah, so everybody's kind of going.
That's his Vince moment. No, you can't have that name.
Everybody's sticking with Bray.
Whatever you pick, we are gonna copyright, just like Vince. Just FYI. Everybody's gone. Best promo video package. Let's go with Brian first.
What else is it going to be?
Might be
Obviously, I have to do the
unanimous
horse noise, and it's got to be the
horse noise.
the documentary.
We got to get some Mr. Ed interjection there somewhere.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job of really hammering the fact that, and it's to an extent, it's true. Dolph Ziggler has gotten literally and figuratively shit on in his career.
Yeah, they showed him get shit on in that promo. I forgot about that.
Literally.
Yeah. Steve, what do you got?
A success of a failure, the documentary, hands down.
Yeah, I got the same thing. What do you got, Bob?
I got the verbal triple threat.
Really? You're loving my boy Ambrose tonight.
It was one of the best promos that's been cut on Raw or SmackDown this year.
Yeah, to have 3 different perspectives, it was probably easily, I would agree with that. It was the best for the 3 different perspectives. There's a lot of times where multiple people come out and they join sides, like Enzo and Cass joining New Day in a promo, but I really like the dichotomy of the triangle, if you will. What's the board say?
Brian saying,
I'm afraid to ask.
Brian saying, well, you should be. Brian saying best segment of the week, hell, maybe the month, and I'm assuming he's talking about what you were talking about there. They're working on their faction name, and basically they're doing a game of Mad Libs.
This is crazy.
There's just Paige and blank, and then body part, insert body part on blank. Paige's blank faction.
I wish we could save some of these to go back because we
YouTube.
missed so much of it.
Fucking YouTube, you can't retrieve the fucking chat when we're done.
I think Bob has so much fun on Mondays sometimes because of that.
And Brian is on the list.
Brian's on the list.
This Brian or that Brian?
The other Brian.
The other Brian.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brian York.
He needs a new name, or I need
Brian
a new
with a
name.
Y?
Yeah, we're going to call him. We're going to call him our Yorkie. His name is Yorkie now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Yorkie.
There you go. We've named you.
All right.
You're official.
Yep.
So let's go on, I guess, to Fuck Up of the Night. Fuck Up of the Night. We'll start with Bob.
For me, it was John Cena's silence while he was just getting torn apart.
Well, what could he say?
Out of the three of those guys, John Cena said the least, and he got pounded the hardest.
Well, what could he say, though?
That's just it. That's such he fucked up by not being prepared to get the guy who was the standard bearer for verbal skills in the ring was not prepared to go verbal against someone tonight.
Do you think that was part of the work?
No, I think that was I really don't think he was prepared for what Ambrose was going to come at him with.
He just got off the plane. Maybe he wasn't.
No.
He has to change somewhere else. He didn't go over his lines. Brian, what do you got?
I had the finish with Bray Wyatt and him just kind of disappearing into thin air. I think they could have just done the same. I would have got the same reaction if the door had just been open and when he shows up.
Do you think he's going to reappear by Sunday?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Just curious. Steve, what do you got?
I'm going to give it to Baron Corbin for getting a little too aggressive with his emotions, and I think he injured his foot when he kicked the stairs in the one corner, so he was limping right after that.
He definitely was.
It was kind of like a Gus Farrat moment.
Dude, I actually did that once, and I had to pretend I didn't injure myself for a while because it really fucking hurt.
Yeah.
So I know what that's like because I'm a dumbass. I also had Corbin and Swagger, but I had it more for the ending because I just not having a tap. You win by submission. Yeah, so I thought that was my fuck up of the night. What's the board got, Rob?
So Jonathan, fuck up of the night. Holly Berry, she rode Space Mountain too many times. I don't know. If
You didn't hear, Rob?
Space Mountain. Yeah.
No.
There was a rumor floating around that that Ric Flair, he had said that him and Halle Berry years
Slept
ago
together,
had
Well, now I hate him more.
made the towns. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here.
We know you like the chocolate.
Brian says, Brian Yorkie says, fuck over the night is calling me Yorkie. He says he wants to be called York, so we'll see about that.
York.
Did something happen with the breast cancer survivors tonight?
They got more
we
belts.
fast forwarded through
Smackdown
because
version.
Daniel
We
Bryan
did,
hosted
because
it.
they got three more belts. Is
champion.
that right?
Yeah.
Because Juan's like, the fuck up of the night was the cancer survivors.
It was the same thing from last night, except with 5 women, and this time we had to have Daniel Bryan host it instead of Enzo.
We got Mr. Me back on the board. Mr. Bean, good to have you back, bud.
So basically, there was a lot to choose from, I guess you could say, for fuck up of the night. Let's go on to booking error. Start off with Stevie.
I'm not doing anything with the Ascension tonight. I mean, that coming
Come
out
on,
and
man.
staring
They
them down.
stood on the ramp.
What does
feel
that
you,
mean?
Steve.
I don't understand.
But they stood on
is
the
it gonna
ramp.
be them and the Hype Bros now?
That would have been a good thing to see if Bob believed. Ascension came out, man.
Yeah,
They were,
Ascension.
standing, they were standing off in the wasteland.
Did they get jumped by demolition?
Dude, I'm sorry. That white face paint, I don't like it at all. It looks like
it's too
Adam, it's rude if they
generic.
wear black
Seen
face
it
paint.
before.
Maybe they're the clowns in the woods we keep hearing about.
wow. Brian, save us. What's your booking error?
I had the bullshit finish with Baron Corbin. I don't know. I mean, how many were there all together tonight? What do we count?
5 matches, and 3 of them were weird endings.
Yeah, and I mean, his definitely was one of them. Didn't do it for me.
And if you count the roll up by Jason Jordan, there were 4 of them.
I didn't really. That didn't bother me necessarily, but yeah, I get it.
It was the whole thing felt weird.
Yeah.
What do you got, Bob?
It's that Corbin nonsense.
Yeah, it was bad. Mine is going to be the Divas tag division. I say that because the Divas we don't have more than one match for you, so we have to put you in a tag match, a six women match.
Participate.
Right. And it's gotten so old. It's been over 2 months. It feels like in every week.
No.
We get
But
one
this
of
is
these.
the first time that they left the Ratchet Raver and the Toothless Chubby
Well,
out of the
there's
match.
a reason why she wasn't
Well,
there. Yeah.
thank God.
Ratchet Raver.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
You
You just tickled Rob's funny bone like no other.
Oh,
he is laughing.
Did she twerk on the cancer survivors?
No, she didn't even come out, thank God. And Natalia, she busted her teeth over the weekend, so that's why she's probably not on the show tonight. Least shitty match. Wait, no. Sorry, let's go to the board.
You know what?
For booking here.
The board right now is in. They're in a full-fledged knockdown, drag-out conversation about WWE's relationship with Susan G. Coleman and all the cancer. What to do? I mean, it's actually not. It's a really good conversation. Just about how
the Coleman organization's kind of sketchy.
Well, it is sketchy, but I think we've all talked about this. The fact that they're saying, if WWE really fucking cared, they wouldn't put the camera like on fucking cancer kids that have cancer and try to get these little I don't know, these cheap
making everything really
cheap pops. Right? Like they're doing it more for themselves than they are for anything else.
Well, since we're on the subject, I'll say it just very simply and very quickly. All the money spent on these things, in the NFL and all these other places, the spending on the ribbons, spending on the T-shirts, spending on the belts, spending on the flying people here and there, that money should be spent on research. That money should be spent on helping families that are victims of cancer. And that's where I have, that's where I have problems with organizations like Susie G. Komen who print out, some T-shirts and stuff. At this point, we are aware. I think they should be putting their money elsewhere.
Yeah. Just real quick, somebody tried to call us. If you're trying to call, I apologize. Until we get a little bit more sophisticated in the studio than we already are, on Tuesday nights when Bob's in, we cannot take any calls tonight live. So
sorry, bitches.
Well, yeah. I guess we could get it. We'll try to next week work that out so that it's a possibility.
Yeah. Right.
So we are going to move on to least shitty match. Bob, kick us off.
Dude, I was actually stunned when you had the women in the booking error. That women's match, both shows this week, the best match on each card was a women's match.
I can't disagree with that, Bob, and I actually have the exact same match as mine. What I was saying with my booking error was having yet another week where we had to run 4 of them out in the same match because we don't have enough time.
We only got 6.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So for 1 week, 4 should be off TV and build a rivalry. Every week there's been at least a tag
we're getting
match.
2 women's matches.
We are, but my point still stands. We shouldn't have to wait for a pay-per-view to have singles matches with the women's division. Is all I'm saying.
We only got 2 hours, man.
I know, but then figure it the fuck out. Is all I'm saying with creative. They need to do something with it. Least shitty match, Brian.
I'm going to say it. Baron Corbin and Jack Swagger. Although I didn't really like the finish, I was actually impressed with Baron Corbin's work.
It was a good match.
Wow.
But that ending fucked it up for me.
Yeah, agreed.
The chat board has blown up, just for the record. Apparently it was Noah that tried to call in, and the chat board has blown up with support for Noah not being able to call in because of Bob. And there's
it's all Bob's fault.
There's a lot of
Fuck
hate.
you, Bob. Fuck you,
there's
Bob.
a lot
Fuck
of
you, Bob.
hate being spewed Bob's way right now on the chat board.
I will be on there next Monday on the chat board. I will take you fuckers on. Let's have fun.
There we go. Least shitty match, Stevie.
We're going to give it to the Vaudevillains and the Hype Bros. That was actually a decent match.
It was a decent match, but Vaudevillains jobbed.
Well, yeah, but still.
Dude, he picked...
overall, the Hype Bros look good.
Yeah.
What's the board say?
Least shitty match: Earthquake versus Atom Bomb.
Ooh, I thought
There was an Atom Bomb.
Are they talking about me versus Brian? Do they think on camera Brian's Earthquake?
We've all had
I hope not.
namesakes.
Dude, I actually could.
He's my uncle, actually.
I could beat someone Brian's size
Right.
because I just hit him in the hip.
Upload test says women's tag was my favorite. Noah says least shitty match: Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Nikki, and Becky. Brian, least shitty match: women's tag. Noah, women's tag. And then Upload saying Nikki's moonwalk tonight was the highlight of both Raw and SmackDown. Prime GIF material there.
Well, see, I picked the women's tag match just like Bob did, but Bob made a great point. Both shows, women's match was the best match of the night.
Yeah.
So for the week, the women have stolen the show. If you think about it that way. Nobody? Okay. You guys are great.
No, I mean,
I had
it's
to
fine.
Vaudevillains in
Yeah, it was my point. So, yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
you agreed with me. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect you to. I expect one of the fucking crickets in the room to chime in. But
It just
I had something different for my answer.
You can be a real boy.
It sounded like you were done.
Oh wow, this is why you guys. This is why Zim said I need a co-host because when I turn to somebody else, you all go
They've been talking about Zim in here tonight too. By the way.
Really?
Oh yeah, about a spaceship.
We should when you do your final thought, we should find out what they say.
Yeah.
Don't give Zim any more time. Opportunity of the night. Brian, you want to start us off?
Oh, I do. 2 words: Spirit Squad. I mean, when was the last time that we saw them on TV? And now they get the chance to go on Tuesday Night Smackdown. And
well, Dolph's been around 11 years, so I'm guessing at least 9 years.
Yeah, I mean that was super early in his WWE TV career. So it's the both of those guys. Kudos to them.
All right, Stevie, opportunity.
I'm gonna give it to Jason Jordan. He got a clean pin tonight against Jay Uso. I mean, that was good for him.
Out of the gate, the
must be that Dana Brooke.
Yeah, out of the gate, the American Alpha had a great push, and they have been just, I don't know, steamrolled lately. I get it that they're doing kind of
they're getting the attack,
right?
Getting attacked push. I guess you can call it.
It's at some point. I was glad to see him get over tonight. Bob, who's your opportunity?
For the second week in a row, or maybe third week in a row, it's Carmella. She is quickly becoming an amazing heel in the women's division. She's taking every advantage she has on TV.
The accent doesn't bother
really improve herself.
But amazing. I mean, I don't disagree that she's made a leap, but amazing is an adjective I think that just too big for her yet.
I haven't seen a female heel in a long time that I've been that impressed with.
And
because every female heel is either a whiner or a bitch.
Right. That's a good point.
No, but I mean that's the roles they fall into. Carmella is just like, fuck you, I want to be the best, and I'll knock everyone out.
She wants to be both the whiny and the bitch.
Yeah, right.
They've obviously have confidence in her because they've been giving her a lot of mic time, and she's definitely taking advantage of all the opportunities that she has.
But the one thing, to Stevie's point, the voice, the accent, that's
the one thing I don't know.
She's definitely hamming it up a little bit.
I think she's hamming it up.
But I think it's a little too much. I mean, I get it. You're from Staten Island. I'm from Long Island, but I don't really. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but you don't talk enough to really for anyone to know that. You just say I mean, anybody can say It doesn't reveal your accent.
I got hit in the head too much.
All right, my opportunity tonight is the tag division. For the first time in a while, all 6 teams were out tonight in some capacity. I thought that was a good showing for them because, hell, I don't think we can even remember when the last time we saw Vaudevillains. So, Rob, what's the board got?
There's some more Holly Berry talk, and then there's some talk about people living in Colorado and how lucky they are for that. And then we got people saying.
I assume that's a drug reference.
Yes. Bob says, Bob, you're smoking some bad shit if you think Carmella is any good.
I don't agree with Bob on the mic skills, but she has become a believable heel. So is Alexa Bliss, but in a different capacity, and I like that they're not working in side by side. They're working separate angles,
even though they're tag partners a lot of times. But
the tag partners are lazy. They're like, you 3 are heels. You're going to tag together.
Bliss has definitely been taking more of the physical route, whereas Carmella is doing the more on the mic.
Right. So kind of open here for the announcer or botch or gold that they have for the night. Mine, I keep having to throw JBL under the bus. He said the new look Urban Usos. And we talked about how they looked a little bit like they were, I guess, in a Latin gang or some kind of look there, gangbangers. Yeah, and so, but calling them the Urban Usos.
Maybe because they shop at Urban Outfitters. I don't.
Well, and especially it's just a bad look for JBL because of his history. I don't know.
Ninja, please.
Yeah.
It doesn't help he's from Texas. What do you got?
I had nothing for that.
You know what? I'll give I guess it is gold. In Talking Smack, we had a TNA mention.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. I actually wrote it down for the next segment, you jackass. So
Talking Smack.
We'll just leave that live for a second. Bob, you have anything?
I've literally forgotten his name, but not JBL and not Morrow, but the other guy.
David Otunga.
Yeah, Otunga. I'm just done with
Mr. Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, he's not going to get better.
Yeah, I agree. He was brought on because I guess Lawler got in a fight with his wife, and now they have to honor the contract. I don't know. Rob, anything on the board there?
I'm just put something interesting. I'm having trouble kind of reading through it, but Kenny blackballed for bashing Cena.
Yeah, remember when that happened long, long ago? Kenny was supposed to be like the guy that would come out of the Spirit Squad, and Kenny had this work where he got did he break someone's nose? What was it, Brian, that you were saying?
I thought it was more backstage stuff.
Okay. in any event, he was ousted, and it seemed like he was going to be the guy to come out of the Spirit Squad. Like the other 4 were going to get thrown away. And Dolph, to his credit tonight, said that. He goes, "It's not my fault you got sent back to OVW."
Right.
And that is exactly what happened to him.
And they're bashing JBL here about how old he is. He's so old they didn't teach history when he was in school. And JBL did a fucking Nazi salute in Germany once. That's what CT said.
That's kind of what I was referring
Yeah,
to
almost got
earlier.
arrested. They had to sneak him out of the country.
Wow.
I knew there was a reason.
And he was and he
that's a heel move.
He is a correspondent on Fox News. Let's remember that.
Yes.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like him.
He was on a show just like that, and then that happened, and he got canned. So this time, whatever show he's on right now, I know he's since gotten
I don't
swept
know.
under the rug
I'm
or whatever.
very, very openly Jewish, so I now have another reason to hate JBL.
Wow.
Let's move on, I guess, to our Talking Smack recap. I'm going to really quickly just recap it and then open it up to you guys. Dolph, of course, pondering once again, pandering to the crowd, pondering of what life would be like afterwards. I thought Daniel Bryan had the stupidest fucking thing he's ever said come out his mouth, talking about how he hates when guys whisper, Randy Orton whispering and terrifying whispers from Bray and Orton. I'm like, give me a fucking break. And then he has to plug Total Bellas. And then AJ Styles comes out and he says that John Cena has to go to the back of the line. He doesn't deserve a title shot. James Ellsworth deserves a title shot before him.
Wow.
And, of course, then...
He said he was a champ. Everybody deserves a night off every now and then.
Right. So
you know what?
bring on Ellsworth.
And then the other thing Daniel Bryan said, TNA, when he was talking to AJ Styles, he said a former TNA champ, so that was big, too.
Look, this is the only thing that I saw tonight was this part with AJ on Talking Smack. And a couple things stuck out to me. Number one, AJ's absolutely fucking right. Cena does not deserve to have a title shot.
In comparison to Ric Flair.
He got lost, disappeared, comes back, and is in the main event. I can't help but... it has to be.
The thing that really stood out to me during that segment was Daniel Bryan is a little bitch. He is a little bitch.
He is.
His new name is Little Bitch.
I'm done with him. I really can't wait for him to go away. The rumors are that he is getting ready to go away pretty soon, possibly after Survivor Series. They're going to do something with his character. I can't remember what the hell it was. Somebody said he was leaving to get repackaged.
I saw that. He's leaving after No Mercy, and they're going to repackage.
He needs to stay relevant at least until Total Bellas is done airing.
No, it just has to debut, and I mean it's all
How
history
many episodes
shit.
they already filmed?
Yeah, the premiere episode is back when Nikki had her surgery.
I'm saying for promotional wise though, they're going to want to see him on TV. Just to cross promote.
Goat Boy is the least person they want to ask to be on any show promoting that shit. I'm just saying.
Hey, I have a question. Did Shane show up tonight at all?
Nope.
Negative.
Nope. How many weeks is this now?
At least 2. I think he was there 3 weeks ago.
He's on a really extended vacation.
Well, shit, in the words of Brian.
And a go-home show, we still don't see him.
But they're not necessary.
I believe they're both going to get canned.
I think
the Tuesday after No Mercy.
Around.
I think next Tuesday night, somebody cans them both.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
Bob,
Triple H.
It is necessary because from what I understand, the last 2 shows have been absolute garbage. I went back and watched last week. It was garbage. Tonight doesn't sound like it was.
It was slightly better.
It was slightly better. But to me, it sounds like you need an infusion of something like a Shane McMahon.
Miz TV and the final promos saved tonight from being as bad as last week. Those are the only 2 things in my mind that put him over it. Anything else, Bob? Did you have anything else you wanted to add about Talking Smack?
Huh?
Oh my God!
What did you say?
Brian, what do you got? Anything to go with this?
No, okay. Well, I will say that I did one thing about Talking Smack that I wanted to point out. Matt, the show ended with somebody throwing the mic on the counter again.
Oh, yeah, AJ, but not that hard.
He kind of gracefully tossed it, but I'll accept it.
Well, that's because he had to grab his belt after he tossed it. He couldn't just do the toss and go away.
Maybe.
That's
Guys,
overanalyzing.
You know, I think that I do a damn good job of going into you, and then half the time you guys are like, huh? What? Oh, you're coming to me? What's my answer?
I'm watching the boards.
Every now and then you don't talk directly into the mic.
Ooh, wow. Just go ahead and mute his ass.
Wow. No, I like him now.
We're going to go on to
I can call in now.
We're going on to
Not
the
kidding.
big debut for Brian's new segment. Finally, like 6 months in the making.
I'm excited.
Because we are NXT.
All right, so these guys have obviously been getting on me for, I don't know, how long have you said?
At least 6 months.
6 months. All right. So I wanted to focus on some of more of the independent aspects, but also intertwine it with, obviously, WWE. More so on the NXT product. So if you guys have, there's a working title. I don't really even have one, actually. So if you guys have a good idea, maybe you can go to the board. Maybe we can have...
it's taken him 6 months to come up with
a name. Name Brian's segment. There
we go.
Please, because we can't wait 6 months for this segment to get a name.
Well, you know what? I don't need all the bells and whistles that you do. Like, you're kind of like Roman Reigns, man. Like, you need all this stuff around you to make you look good. I don't need that. I just need content, brother.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to focus.
As soon as we go off air, you better carry my bags.
I wanted to focus on one of the guys that you guys. He just debuted a few months ago. His name is Oney Lorcan, better known as Biff Busick. He started training in 2008. He trained at the Killer Kowalski School, so obviously he has a very good track record.
I think Bob said something about his death once.
About whose?
Killer Kowalski's.
Maybe. Did you, Bob?
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck are you talking about? No.
Don't ask Bob a question.
His segment.
He'll pause for 2 minutes.
But he also he moved to Calgary, trained under Lance Storm as well, and then he also made his way to Dallas.
Canadian?
No, he's from I want to say the Boston area.
Okay.
But he also moved to Texas and got trained by Sho Funaki. So there were a lot of WWE roots before he even got there. He had notable feuds. I'll say he worked in CZW for about only 3.5-4 years. Drake Younger, who's one of the you'll see him on WWE TV. He's the referee that has all the scars all over his forehead. Drew Gulak from the CWC. Speedball Mike Bailey, so just a couple indie guys that I don't know. Adam's got this look on his face right now.
I just thought of the name for your segment should be name dropping.
Ooh,
because that's what it seems like.
I want to like that, but I don't like you.
Well, in any event, don't forget you're the Dana Brooke of this relationship.
It is. There's the noise. He also had time with Evolve too, which we can see the growing, relationship that WWE and Evolve had. So he also had notable feuds over there. Let's see, Green Ant, Josh Alexander, Maxwell Chicago, Timothy Thatcher, Drew Gulak again.
Everyone online, I agree with you. Keep going, Brian. You're doing great.
Oh God. And our man, Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. And obviously, if you guys, I don't know if you watch PWG, the likes of Brian Cage, Tommaso Ciampa, Red Dragon, Uha Nation, Bob. Uha Nation.
All right. So
nobody
online knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Hold on. As the HJIC of this show, I'm just gonna have to cut you off, Brian, and we'll talk after the show about trying to rework this.
You get nothing. You lose.
You got
that's the problem. That's the problem. You guys don't watch independent wrestling.
No, it's you.
No, I know who Uha Nation is, and he probably should have stayed Uha Nation.
Okay. All that aside,
you're killing him.
You, not Rob. You made the music, the intro for this segment, and it was all about NXT. And I didn't hear you do any NXT recaps.
Nothing.
That's what you told me the segment was.
Excuse me, I was talking to you before the show, and I was explaining it, and then you turned to me and you said, I approve it.
Oh, that's
Steve,
good.
Steve.
Yes, I approved it because you said you were going to take 2 minutes to explain about the new wrestlers that were joining NXT. You talked about
he's a new wrestler that joined NXT.
Anyway,
you don't know
I
what you're
apologize,
talking
audience. I will work on it for next week.
Brian's segment, the East Indy Trading Company.
Oh, God. I'm going to try and save this fucking train wreck with trivia. Rob, be the monkey. Cue the sound effect. Trivia time.
Hold on. Where is it at? I'm fucking... Okay.
And now it's time for a little marked out trivia.
It makes me feel good that our marked out universe kind of agreed with me. I was sitting there thinking, man, this is going over fucking terrible.
You guys need to
I thought it was an NXT segment too.
I know
I kept waiting. I hear this Uha Nation, Bob. Uha Nation. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
It's a spotlight on the wrestlers of NXT.
So
it's over your head. It's
those of you that are online playing with us, don't forget to chime in here for our trivia. We're going to do another edition of Resume Trivia. And basically, I'm going to read a wrestler's resume as if I am them, so it's going to be first person. And you just got to tell me who I am. So we're going to start with number one. Number one. OVW debut 2005. Money in the Bank winner with a very unique entrance. His first loss via pin or submission was at the hands of Matt Hardy. He beat Chris Benoit in a Beat the Clock match to face Batista for the world title at Royal Rumble in 2006. And he defeated William Regal in a Loser Gets Fired match, which ended William Regal's stint as GM for Raw.
Can we go one more time?
One more time.
One more time. OVW debut 2005, Money in the Bank winner with a very unique entrance. His first WWE loss via pin or submission was at the hands of Matt Hardy. He beat Chris Benoit in a Beat the Clock match to face Batista for the world title at Royal Rumble in 06. And he defeated William Regal in a Loser Gets Fired match to end Williams Regal's stint as Raw GM. Who am I? I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to write it down. Stevie's going to the back of his brain for this one.
I'm guessing.
All right, Bob, kick us off.
Fuck, dude, I'm blank on this, and I'm going to guess Edge. No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, Edge is wrong. Steve, what do you got?
I don't know. Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, not a Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah, I don't.
And debuted long before 2005. Stevie, you should know that. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah.
Was it Speedball Mike Bailey? No, I'm kidding.
Bobby Lashley, also not a Money in the Bank winner. Rob, what do you have?
I had CM Punk.
No. What's the board got? Anybody guessing there?
Let's see here. We got CM Punk from Juan. The Gobbledygooker from CT. Brian says that other Brian's segment should be called Brian's Bad Segment. And Noah says Booker T.
Booker T. All of those are wrong. The correct answer? Mr. Kennedy. Ken Anderson.
I never would have got that.
Motherfucker.
Sorry. Some of these are going to be hard sometimes. Let's go on to number 2.
I forgot about him being a Money in the Bank winner.
I forgot.
Yeah, because he never cashed in.
Yep.
6-time NWA champ, 4-time WCW world champ, 3-time U.S. champ, 6-time IC champ, and many other titles littered in this person's career. He has had several valets, all of which were women, and he was involved in the David Arquette atrocity. If you're a wrestling fan, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll read it one more time. 6-time NWA champ, 4-time WCW world champ, 3-time US champ, 6-time IC champ, and many other titles. He's had several valets in his career, all of them women, and he was involved in the David Arquette atrocity. Who am I?
Fuck, I know this.
I know you do, Robbie. You're the reason this one is on the list.
Oh, I'm fucking dying here. I know this.
Just for the audience out there, I specifically picked this person because of Rob. So I can't wait for the reveal. God. And Bob, if you're sure that your answer is right, I'm going to come to you last so that I can embarrass Rob first.
Well, I think part of your description's wrong, but go ahead.
I can't wait for that, so I'm definitely coming to you last.
Hold on. All right. I'm ready.
All right, Rob, what do you got?
I'm going to go Jeff Jarrett. All right.
Jeff Jarrett is correct. Stevie, what do you got?
Macho Man.
Macho Man wrong. Jeff Jarrett
Mr.
for
Jeff
Brian.
Jarrett.
Brian with an I, got it right. Bob, what did you have?
It was Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
And what were you saying that I had wrong?
Okay, so all right, so technically you're right if you use the word valet because a valet is basically a woman. But when he was in WWE, the Road Dog Jesse James was his roadie, which is technically a valet role. So,
okay,
yeah.
I would have thought that was
Good point, Bob.
All right, I thought that would be considered a heavy, but it's worth mentioning.
We got Jeff. Noah's got Jeff Jarrett. Upload Test got Jarrett. CT went The Godfather. Brian or York went Double J, and yeah, there you go.
All right, number 3. OVW debut 2006. Leader of multiple factions in his career. King of the Ring winner, 5-time IC champ. Vince McMahon once ordered him to shave Daniel Bryan's beard, and he missed a few WWE bookings due to trouble with his work visa. Again, I'll read it a second time. OVW 2006, leader of multiple factions, King of the Ring winner, 5-time IC champ. Vince McMahon once ordered him to shave Daniel Bryan's beard. He actually didn't get to. And he once missed WWE bookings because of trouble with his work visa.
You said IC. How many times IC?
5 time. King of the Ring winner.
All right. I think I got it.
All right, Bob, we're going to start with you.
The OVW part's the one that's tripping me up.
Oh, yeah.
Sheamus?
Wrong. What do you got, Stevie?
William Regal. No.
William Regal and debut in 2006?
I have no
Regal.
idea, man.
Brian, who do you have?
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett is correct.
I had Wade
I'm
Barrett.
afraid I've got
some bad news.
I had Wade Barrett as well.
Leader of Nexus, leader of Core.
I didn't know he was OVW. That's what threw me off.
He was there for a while.
Yeah, after his bare knuckle days. So number four.
Upload. Well, let's see. Upload got Wade. Juan got Wade. Jonathan got Donald Duck. Noah got Wade.
Donald Duck.
Yeah. And then okay. Quit copying me. Shut up. All right, here we go.
Number 4. My ECW debut was a victory over Tommy Dreamer. My OVW debut was in 2000, and I debuted in WWE in 2002 as part of a tag team. I am an IC, US, and tag title champ, and I lost my tag partner via the WWE draft. In 2008, I represented WWE at the DNC, the Democratic National Convention. So again, I'll read it one more time. My ECW debut was a victory over Tommy Dreamer. OVW debut 2000, and I debuted in WWE 2002 as part of a tag team. I won IC, US, and tag titles, and I lost my partner, or we broke up via the draft. In 2008, I represented the WWE at the Democratic National Convention. Who am I?
Fuck.
All right, we're going to go to Bob first.
Bubba Ray Dudley?
No, that is not right. Stevie.
That's who I had. I had Bubba Ray.
Wow. 2 Bubba Ray guesses. Rob, what do you got?
I had Devon.
Devon, no.
I know this is wrong. Nova. Yeah.
Anybody online?
Blue Meanie.
Nope.
Sabu.
Nope.
Kennedy.
Nope.
Brother Nero. No.
All right. So I
wasn't Billy and no.
No. By reading the ECW debut first, I kind of tried to throw you guys off because his ECW debut was long after his OVW debut in 2000.
Why would you do it out of order?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Because I wanted to see who's paying attention.
That's not fucking fair.
The correct answer is Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
What?
Shelton Benjamin is the correct answer.
Fuck
Ninja,
you.
please.
Fuck you. All right, number 5. It's our woman. The only woman on the list, number 5. I've been both a valet and I've had my own heavy. I am a former queen of FCW. I am a Slammy Award winner for Kiss of the Year. I am an FCW Women's title winner and a Divas title winner. I left someone at the WWE altar, and my character was romantically linked with several other heavyweight champions on and off the air. Again, I've been a valet, and I've had my own heavy. Former queen of FCW, a Slammy Award winner for Kiss of the Year, FCW Women's title and Divas title, left someone at the WWE altar, and I have been romantically linked with several other heavyweight champions on and off the air. Who am I?
I think I got this one.
All right, we're going to start with Bob.
Tori Wilson?
Wrong. She's married to a cruiserweight. Stevie, what do you got since Rob thinks he's right?
Lita?
Lita is wrong. What do you got?
I had Melina.
Brian has Melina. John Morrison. What do you got, Rob?
AJ Lee?
AJ Lee.
Yeah.
AJ Lee is correct. Anybody on the board get that right?
Sorry, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. CT got AJ. Noah got AJ. Juan put Lita. Jonathan, of course, says Paige's vagina. Brian got York got AJ Lee, and everybody's calling you a dick because of the Shelton Benjamin one, by the way. So,
Oh.
yeah, AJ,
I am a dick, so I don't really care.
upload got AJ as well.
All right, so now we're gonna trail off at the end of the show right before final thoughts. Everybody that's online, because as you know, we've mentioned a couple times now, we're going to lose your chat. So please either call in 704-444-0084 in the You Record fan line with your predictions, or send us an email, tweet, something like that. Marked out No Mercy predictions. I don't know what the hell we're tagging us.
Hashtag.
Yo, tweet that shit.
Yeah, tweet it. Bob will respond. Bob likes to play on that. So we're going to go round table predictions card by card. We're going to start off. Kurt Hawkins is going to make his debut. I want everybody to guess who his opponent is because they have not said it. So I'm going to go.
And he loses.
Yeah, you know who's going to be.
I'm going to pick right away. I'm going to pick Apollo because I just think he'll end up losing. Steve, who would you pick?
I guess I got to go with Apollo too.
Okay.
Yep.
Rob, who would you pick for Kurt Hawkins' debut?
He's debuting against Apollo?
No, we don't know.
I don't know yet.
On Sunday, he's debuting, but they haven't announced
No
his
Mercy is just-
opponent.
Yeah. And there's very few that are left off the pay-per-view right now.
He's got to win.
That's
Right.
Well,
so-
who is he facing is what we're asking.
Oh, who's he facing?
Yeah, who do you think on the roster?
Oh, God. Not Apollo.
Who else is it?
He'll make him look good.
All right, Apollo.
Oh my God! If he goes up against Apollo, he wins.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Bob,
he's not losing this match.
Yeah, Bob, who do you think he's facing?
Kane, he loses.
You say Kane?
Kane.
Kane
Yeah.
is not on there. That's not a terrible pick to go against the grain. All right.
That's not a bad pick at all.
So everybody here is saying Hawkins is going to win except for Bob. Is that what we got?
Yeah.
Regardless of who his opponent is.
I hate Hawkins at this point.
Okay. So you're Bob. No matter who the opponent is, you're picking against Kurt Hawkins.
Yes, fuck
So
that
he's
guy.
picking Kane over Kurt Hawkins.
Well, he wins regardless if he's picking against him. I'm picking Kurt Hawkins just because it's his debut. Brian.
Yeah. Uha Nation.
Shut up, Steve.
Uha Nation, Bob. Uha Nation.
Uha.
You're saying Hawkins too.
Yeah.
Rob, who do you pick? Hawkins over mystery opponent.
Hawkins.
Okay.
No. I was saying who he was facing. I say Kurt Hawkins wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's-
Okay.
that's
All
what-
right. I just wanted to reiterate. That's all.
You want the board?
You're the only one who was too slow. Yeah. What's the board say?
James. Noah says James Ellsworth.
That would be actually good.
CT says I don't want Bob to know my Twitter account.
Fair enough.
Let's see. CT says he's going to fight El Torito. Upload test. I'll go Hawkins. York says Apollo. Noah.
Kalisto. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the other one that, especially since it didn't really end tonight, I believe Swagger versus Corbin. It's not confirmed, but I'm just going to quickly say I think Corbin wins. So Bob, who do you pick if that happens?
Corbin loses.
Okay, so you're going with Swags.
Yeah, Swag wins.
All right, Stevie.
I'm going Corbin wins.
Brian.
I got Jack Swagger.
Swagger. Rob, break the tie.
Corbin's been on a winning streak, so I don't think if he loses, it's not a big deal. So I'll go Swagger. They brought him over for a reason.
Okay.
Put people over.
Yeah, moving right along. Now, these are the ones that we know are official. Orton versus Bray. I'm picking Orton. Steve?
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a no-win situation.
There's no logic when it comes to Bray matches anymore.
Yeah, and it's a no-win situation for both because Randy hasn't had a win since he returned.
I'm going to go Bray Wyatt. If it's not him, he's done. I mean, I've said this how many times now?
All right. Bob, what do you have?
Bray.
Brian?
I've got Orton.
All right. And Rob?
I got to go Orton, man.
All right. Usos versus Heath and Rhino. Do we think Usos are going to get over? Bob, you start us off here. Usos. Stevie?
Usos, so the American Alpha can step in and take over.
Yeah, the Usos will be transitional champions so that it can change face. I'm going to have to agree with Stevie and Bob there. Rob, what do you have?
I'll go Usos.
Uso crazy. The Urban Usos or just the Usos?
Yeah, I'm not a fucking KKK member. I'll say.
What do you got, Brian?
I have the Usos. I don't see this Rhino and Slater thing going much longer.
They gave him his due that he's the initial champion. Carmella and Nikki. You want to? Oh, we'll go to the board.
You're just missing the boards on all the
Fuck
picks.
the board.
Fuck everybody, right?
Sorry.
See, and you guys go out there and you fucking tweet and you fucking email how much you
get
love this show.
to the board.
You love this show,
Orton
but
and Bray.
But I pay attention to y'all.
Orton and Bray. That's because you get to see it on the screen. You're supposed to give me a sound effect when you want me to go.
No,
to
you should just know to go at the end. You should just know that.
Orton Bray. What does the board say?
No, the board's saying York, Corbin, Swagger for CT. Bray needs to win for fuck's sake from Noah. Orton for York. Bray and a returning Harper is going to help him out, says upload test. CT, please God.
Is Harper returning? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I think he's ready.
Harper's.
He should be ready by now.
CT
CT says, please God, let it be Bray. Juan says Rhino. Noah says Bray might as well go back to Husky Harris, whatever. Noah says
with
Usos.
those fat wings on his back.
Yeah. Noah has Usos, upload test, Slater and Rhino. York, Usos, CT, Usos.
I don't think Bray's fat enough anymore to be Husky Harris. Anyway, Bob, Carmella versus Nikki.
Wow.
Wow, you going to tweet that at 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
I want to say Carmella, but Total Bella's just started. So I'm going to probably go Nikki.
All right. Rob?
I'm going to talk about a not giving a fuck.
It's not Natalia
Who,
versus
you
Naomi.
or Nikki?
What?
Heyo.
Who cares?
Heyo.
She probably doesn't care. She's got her TV show.
Yeah, she don't give a shit. I'll go Carmella. Fuck it.
All right. Stevie.
That's not the way they work though. It's gonna be Nikki.
Brian?
If that one, win.
I'm gonna go with Carmella.
All right. We got. You know what's great? For a change, with the exception of the Hawkins and the Usos, everybody's kind of. We got 3-2s going on here. What's the board say for Carmella, Nikki?
I got so far just Nikki for Juan, Nikki for Noah. CT's got Carmella. Upload with Carmella. So it's kind of split down the middle.
All right. Brian, we're going to start with you. Becky versus Alexa. You think she drops the title already?
I don't. I see this kind of riding out. I see Becky retaining.
All right, Steve?
Yeah, Alexa's not ready yet. Becky.
Rob?
They just changed the belts on Raw. I don't think they'll do it on SmackDown at the same time. I'll stay with Becky.
All right, Bob?
Becky.
And clean sweep, because I'm going with Becky as well. Now we get to the two nitty gritties. Anybody chime in on the board for Becky and Alexa before we get to the nitty gritties?
So far, just Becky's.
All right.
Yeah.
So the nitty gritty, The Miz versus the career of Dolph. Bob, I'm going to let you start this one. I want to see if you back your boy. You're saying Miz. Oh my God. So no more Dolph.
So what happens to Dolph there, Bob?
By hook or by crook, the storyline is just going too much in the direction. It's anticlimactic if he wins.
So you're saying Dolph goes away?
For me to say.
What if he becomes an announcer and just goes away in ring?
No. I mean, he even said it again tonight. He's gone. Like, I really think that by hook or by crook, Miz wins this match. Even if it's win by DQ, he wins this match.
And is that the end? Is that game over and Dolph is gone? That's
maybe Dolph takes some time off and one of the GMs steps in or something and is like, everybody online is clamoring for you to come back.
You can always go to Raw.
Well,
there's that option too.
He even specifically said
career.
that.
Okay, well.
I know, Bob, and I agree with you because he did say that specifically, but the way WWE Creative works, I would not put it past him, because if this were actually legally whatever, and they were separate entities, there's no way that Raw could say, well, we have to uphold your stipulations. He could just be switching shows. I don't know. It's an interesting storyline regardless the way it's played out.
Definitely.
Brian, what do you got?
So I'm going to go a little. I think both sides have a little bit of truth. I think Dolph wins, but I think he goes away afterwards. So I think this is a way that they can kind of.
He wins and just drops the title. Like, I don't want this now.
Yeah, because it is a title match.
I mean,
and he's not used to keeping him that long.
Yeah,
anyway.
Brian.
Whoa. The fuck? Go back to being silent, Steve. What's your pick?
The quiet guy.
I'm gonna go with Dolph too. I don't know why. I don't have a real reason yet.
I'm just the mention's kicking in. He's like, I threw darts at a board, and that's how I picked it. Rob, what do you have?
I'm gonna go Miz. And it's more with my heart than my head.
Wow, you're picking with Bob. You know that. You agree.
It happens from time to time. Let's see here. York saying Miz. Juan says Miz, and then Dolph is gonna go work for Kentucky Fried Chicken. If Dolph loses, they should do a reinstatement match next night from Upload Test. CT says Dolph. Noah says he'll go with Miz. He thinks Dolph is done. Upload. I picked Dolph to win. Yeah.
Well, the way
work.
The way Raw.
I think it's a work.
The way Raw's been going with the Jericho storyline, and they even teased it this past week by saying to Jericho, like, maybe I should even challenge you for the title, and the crowd kind of got silent and nobody knew how to react to that. I feel that Miz is going to drop the belt because I feel Miz might get a chance to elevate himself and go back into a main event potential push. I don't know if I see a title run there, but I see him in that kind of Jericho role where he comes out in the main event, not necessarily, for any other reason other than to promote the storyline around AJ and the belt or something.
Yeah.
I just think that he's
How
going to
do
get
with the U.S. title.
You know what? I'm going to change my pick. I'm going Dolph.
You're going Dolph.
I'm going to go Dolph. From everything I hear tonight about the package they put together for him and all the teary sad segments and appearance, they have gotten an emotional investment with the crowd, and it'll be one of those grand hurrah! I won moments. I made it. Let me cry with the belt again when I win. And then you're right. Miz goes on to bigger and better things.
Right. So that what's the board got? Because we only got one more match to predict.
Well, they're not jumping on that one yet. They're just saying. Brian York says. Once again, Brian sets back all Brians alike.
Don't worry, it's not a Brian with a Y. He's setting back.
Yeah, we're different. We're different species.
Yeah, Brian. I feel like our Brian always forgets the I, and it's just a line. Cena 8.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either.
You guys
just keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
Miz becomes the
me keep going. You're the one who brings it to a halt.
CT says Miz becomes the bitch of the Bullet Club. Oh, and then retracted it. Never mind. Move forward.
Oh, actually, I don't dislike that. That I wouldn't mind it. It could be something. Cena, AJ, Ambrose. This is an interesting one because we have Cena potentially getting 16. We have AJ potentially, if he does drop the belt, I feel not to a pin. We have Ambrose and Cena seemingly set up for a rivalry after this match. I'm going to have to go with AJ because I feel that Cena and Ambrose are going to continue. I don't think it's time yet for number one, AJ's title run to end and Cena to get 16. I do believe Cena will get 16. It's not now. I'm going with AJ. Steve.
The face that runs the place. AJ Styles.
I was waiting for it.
He calls himself that. So.
Just to be clear. Quiet man.
Are you referring to me over here?
Yes. You.
Okay. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I don't think he loses it just yet.
All right. Bob?
AJ.
We might have a clean sweep if Rob picks him.
When it comes to Cena, if I may quote The Matrix, not like this. Not like this. No, Cena does not win at No Mercy, the Smackdown pay-per-view. It's got to be on a grand stage.
Gets left out in the cold.
He's going to look. The reality is Cena's going to win it. He's going to get the number.
Dude, I wouldn't mind if he beats AJ at Mania. Let AJ hold it till Mania.
Well, we disagree, but he gets the number nonetheless. But not this time. I'm going to go AJ.
Well, because he's going to get it for sure. That's why I'm just trying to pick when, and I want AJ's title run to be significant.
Flair
I
might
want
be
KO's
a part of it.
title run to be significant.
All right. Juan's got AJ. Noah's got AJ. York has, if AJ wins, he pins Dean. If Cena wins, he pins Dean. If Dean wins, beyond Cena. CT says AJ wins.
We all knew that.
Wait, CT says AJ wins by having the club show up and beats up Dean and Cena.
Dude, if they want to make because I heard, I was on the show, but last night, the way we were dogging Gallows and Anderson, their new gimmick, I think Bob was the only one who really liked it.
Yeah. Everybody's going AJ.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if nothing else, I've got the predictions written down. We'll see how we do. I do reluctantly want to mention, especially, again, patrons, send in your thing. Last pay-per-view was won by Bob and Upload Test. They were the co-champions. So we will give you a shout if you beat us. So make sure you don't have to worry about being one of the originals. You'll rise to the top just because you beat us.
Yeah. This Monday Night Raw recap is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling's Monday Night Rawsome, streaming live on YouTube every Monday after Raw and available on Podbean, iTunes, and other platforms Tuesday.
All right, so obviously, most of you guys already heard the show from last night. If you haven't, we uploaded up the podcast. We did something unique. Rather than doing a full show upload, we uploaded it in 3 portions. First, the standard rundown of the Rawsome Awards, the big-ass topics, and the dirt sheets. Then we did a second segment of our Adam Pacitti. I always get it wrong. Adam Pacitti interview. And then the third one was our hashtag top 5.
I just think it's so funny that we did so well, and then you messed up
numbers and names, man.
We called him Adam Petit.
And quick promo too, because I didn't mention it yet on my show, but his pay-per-view is coming up October 6th. That's Thursday, and it's going to air here in the States 2:30 Eastern.
But
check it out, Fight TV.
But if you haven't gone back and listened to the interview, if your name is not Mr. Me because he hated it, Go back and listen. I mean, there is some laughs at the end, but we smart. We
he gave us a lot of insight into the world of his independent promotion he's running.
We truly marked out with him. We talked wrestling. We didn't just shoot the shit with him. We talked wrestling, and then we had some fun with him. And I think that's what interviews should be. Now, if we ever get some half-assed fucking part-time wrestler on here, and we interview him, and I don't want to say insulting.
I'm sitting right here. Yeah,
Brian.
why are you talking about?
We already got one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll shoot the shit with them. If we get an old referee, we'll shoot the shit with them. But when we get a situation like this where it could help our numbers, we want to put our fucking pro face on and
this
go for it.
This guy was more than just.
Sometimes we have to act like adults.
Well, and not just that. This guy is a promoter of another, wrestling organization and stuff like that. This isn't just a wrestler we're doing an interview shoot with. This is somebody who's an upper echelon in the business, an executive, if you will, and we had to treat him as such.
Exactly right. So anyway, go back and listen to that, and I'll bring up my other thing in the final thoughts. We're good. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start our final thoughts. We're going to start with Bob. Bob, what's your final thought?
My final thought, we had a really – you guys don't get to hear a lot of the show planning and some of the shit that happens pre-show, but we had a great moment with Medine today that I thought I would share with the board.
Medine moment.
Dun, 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 dun.
I am now started calling Medine half a tweet because Medine basically gets on our little group text that we have today and announces, basically, did you guys hear Charlotte retired? And it was quickly like, the fuck are you talking about? Meanwhile, I'm at work and I know the tweet he's talking about. So I finally get a chance to get out into the fucking hallway and I'm typing real quick to let him know that no, Medine, Charlotte retired a pair of fucking wrestling boots.
Read the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Not just the headline.
So
this is why people are going to vote for Trump.
Wrong.
I text this back to everybody. Adam and Rob laughed their ass off on the text, and Medine fucking comes back at me like I'm the asshole in the group.
Know your role, Bob.
So on Mondays, y'all please have fun with half a tweet Medine.
Half a tweet.
He won't hear this.
We might have to play this segment for him.
And the war has begun.
Previously on.
Right.
Brian with an I. Let's get your final thoughts.
I thought SmackDown itself was actually a pretty good show and rounded out the card. The No Mercy. No. I thought it rounded out the card pretty well.
Wrong.
You done?
They didn't even announce any matches, really. They put.
What are you talking about?
Just go on. Finish your thought. Even if it's a terrible thought.
I'm sorry you interrupted me, man.
That's my job. I'm in charge.
Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing Kurt Hawkins debut. I'm curious to see who they throw him out there against.
He's counted to infinity twice.
He has.
And beyond.
Yeah.
He has. But, I mean, really, the match that does it for me is I'm curious to see how they ended the Dolph Miz feud.
I mean, if he wins, is it the end?
What if they just start full on making the fuck out?
Kind of like Borat or whatever the movie it was, right? In the middle of
like
Bruno. No, not like Borat, please.
Oh, Bruno.
Bruno, yeah.
Steve, do you have a final thought for us?
Sure. After watching SmackDown tonight, it's like, what the hell is wrong with Jack Swagger? I mean, he when he initially came back, he was a kind of edgier look, and it's like, I got things to do now. And then tonight he brings back We the People. I'm like, but it's kind of a mixture of both, and just didn't work for me.
Yeah,
but as long as he says "We the People," he avoids the lisp.
Well, I think and plus, I guess because he's the face against Baron Corbin, they had to bring back a little bit of that look. I don't know, but
the Patriot character, Steve, is a cheap pop. And We the People is part of that Patriot character.
Well, that's what I said. He should just continue on and just kind of go in like a hacksaw kind of route.
Oh,
yeah, that sounds great.
Rob, your final thought and the board's final thoughts.
Let me jump on the board first before I do mine. So they've named themselves. They've given themselves a faction name.
Oh, did they all agree to it?
Apparently, one I think is being drug into it. I'm pretty sure. But their name is Mops, M-O-P-S.
Okay.
And that is, forgive me, Zim, that is Marked Out Pussy Squad.
Oh, wow.
The name of their faction. And CT describes it as a team of Noah Kunz, the pervert Jonathan Duran, the ethnic minority one, and the angry one, CT.
Ooh. Yeah, both Brian and Rob got added to the list. Steve, I think you and I are the only ones not on the list.
Uploads.
I love you, CT. I can say your name, Christian Torres. Rob can't. Remember that.
Yes,
that's
Christian,
how you became
I can
CT.
Juan had a final thought, and I missed it. But we do have one from, Kill Brian's segment. Okay, there we go. Upload test.
Don't worry, your voice has been heard.
Upload test. Final thought. My bro thinks Taker is returning at No Mercy to take out Cena to give Cena an excuse to go away for months. They have history at No Mercy. Want to mention that before it happens.
No
on
Mercy. Hey, you know,
I'd like to see that.
You know that is something that none of us have touched base on or predicted. So Juan, if that happens, we will give you full credit.
Yep. Yorkshire says fuck Zim for his final thoughts. I think that's it. Okay, so let me do mine real quick. So last night or Monday night we did the top 5, and I thought we had a lot of fun with that. And I was thinking about it today, and I was like, you know, top 5 with individual wrestlers, best of all time. You're going to get very comparable lists, you know.
Or like Daniel, you'll misinterpret it and put favorites. He said that's how Lawler and Malenko got on the list.
Or you put Jerry Lynn or whoever the fuck that was Bob put on there, you know.
No, yeah, Antonio Inoki.
So I thought, you know what, let's do this again. Let's do it again.
It's a deeper criteria.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is
different list.
Survivor Series, the Survivor Series show. We're gonna.
That's your deadline.
Yeah. No, before that.
Yeah.
But that's when we're gonna do it. And here's the hashtag. Again, you do it via email. You do it via Skype. You leave a message on our fan line. Sorry, fan line. You can do it. However you can get in contact.
Comment on a podcast.
Right.
We'll get it that way.
Comment on Facebook. Whatever. It's gonna be hashtag marked out. Tag 5. Hashtag marked out tag 5. And we're going to do your top 5 greatest tag teams of all time.
Not your favorites.
Not your favorites. Full body of work. Top 5 greatest tag teams of all time. Okay? So there you go.
Full body of work, you fuckers. Full body of work.
I know somebody not on
Bob,
Bob's list.
Hey, Bob, you should listen back to the podcast and listen to yourself when you say that. Full body of work, Bob.
Yeah, Triple H. Come on.
Yeah, who's that fucking dude he put on the bottom?
Antonio Inoki.
Yeah,
he's been defending him all day on a thread with me and Dan, and Dan's just trying to save some face from Dean Malenko and Jerry Lawler.
Bob, I'm on your side. They're killing me. They don't know.
And
shut up, Jerry Lynn boy.
They don't know.
My other final thought is I noticed you guys on the board. You probably like this, but we're still going to do it. We haven't worked the details out, but we have a couple things coming up. We are going to do a Bob versus Bob segment. That is going to happen. Our show rather, individual show. We're going to do that. We're just working the logistics out for it. And we do have some game shows coming up for you. Some Beat the Geek kind of shows, some Jeopardy shows, some
really,
Hollywood
guys, the
squares.
holdup is we want to give you something for that, for being a contestant on the show or actually beating us and winning the games that we have planned.
Right,
so
it should be worth something.
So we're working on getting prizes
Swag.
together. So swag for you to win, because really the game shows are kind of ready to roll out. We want to make sure that we have something for you guys out there in listener land.
So I guess the point of my my final thought is
it's easy for you to say.
I know, right? We have this last couple weeks has been kind of crazy for us as far as momentum goes, as far as exposure goes, in all different kinds of ways.
Hard work.
Steve, awesome, fucking busting his ass. But my point here is that we have a lot of really fun, creative things that we have on the planning table right now. So we want you to get involved so you can be involved with us on these. But please get ready. We're going to start doing a lot more content on YouTube, a lot more individual shows on the podcast, a lot more fun stuff coming up.
Instagram.
So just Instagram. Yeah, you can do that Instagram with us. But we're going to start doing some fun shit. So just want to let you guys know that.
All right. So my final thought is going to be, real quickly, I'm going to address the Zim. I'm going to address Mr. York as well. Mr. York, I just want to ask you as I go into this, what if we call you Bork? Brian York, we call you Bork or something. I don't know. We need something other than just your last name.
Too much like
Yorkshire pudding.
Sounds like Bjork.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We need to think something.
Stork.
So Zim says that I need a co-host on the show, and I don't think he's quite accurate there. Number one, when Steve joins me, I put a lot of effort sometimes into the production notes. Sometimes I even miss the show open because I have to just listen to it while I'm typing away at the screen. Steve, you're great about it. You always follow my production notes, and it goes really, really real well. Brian and Kiara, my co-hosts, Bob, my phone-in guest all the time, kind of regular at this point. You guys...
He's a co-host. We call him co-host.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You guys dropped the ball, and I'm looking daggers at my heavy tonight, whose segment sorry, dragged worse than Bob's trivia.
Hey, if this is I didn't know this is a news show. If you want me to just read the fucking NXT results, I could do that.
I don't want you to read the NXT results. I want you to give me something
I didn't know that
that's not going to put the audience to sleep.
I didn't know that we're a news show and you just want me to recap.
Brian's
shit.
getting defensive.
Hey, so Noah says Zim isn't from Earth, so what does he know? I'm just saying.
Oh, and just
probably
for
has
the
a network.
And just for the record, the other reason why I want to mention Zim, the one thing, and if it is, Bob, I'm going to call you out right now as fucking genius for it. Bob's not mentioned at all in the Zim's emails. He completely targets Rhodey. He kind of a little bit defends me. He calls Brian the quiet one and says he needs a segment, almost like he's got some inside information. It's very, very easy to create an email address and a fake persona. And if this is a work by Bob, it's goddamn genius.
Bob just hung up.
I can honestly say it's not.
Okay. If it was, I'm just saying that would be genius. But
I truly believe it's somebody that we know.
It has to be, because they know that, you're as much of an asshole off the air as I am. So they've specifically targeted you. The only person they're nice to, just for the record, is Steve in the damn email.
Is this like a board game of Clue almost going on here?
Yeah, but
it's a whodunit.
I almost feel like maybe they don't know Kiera the way they threw her under the bus. I don't know. The whole thing is just fun. Anyway,
half a tweet.
Yeah, half. Man, he's only got half a tweet. So that's just how it goes. In any event, one of the things I look forward to the most is this show. I enjoy it each week. I like it because usually SmackDown gives me something shitty and hopefully something good to talk about and go a little bit back and forth. I love the interjections from you guys online, and I hope you keep that up. We are going to work to reward you guys and even set up a schedule for that game show. So we'll see how that goes with the swag. Rob, you're shaking your head. Did you have one other thing?
No, I just want to let you guys know we're having streaming issues, and I tried to go at a higher resolution for tonight than we normally stream, and I think maybe that might be some of the problems. So we have to go back to the junk resolution.
And part of the reason why we went on late is we had some issues again with the network trying to load it. It keeps taking us every time we click on Talking Smack.
Time Warner Cable sucks ass.
Well, Time Warner Cable might suck ass, but it's also when we go to the network and click on Talking Smack and it takes us to WWE Legends, it's clearly
that's a network problem.
Yeah, there's clearly something wrong there. So the whole situation got us off to a late start. So I apologize for that for the audience, but we'll be back, with more action. Stay tuned for the State of the Universe this coming Sunday, post No Mercy, as we kick off what will be show number 60. Man, the shows just keep going
60.
by.
Wow.
60.
And just so I understand, the tag thing is being done after Survivor Series.
Yes, we're going to go over the list and the show after Survivor Series.
Everybody's blaming the lags on Brian's segments.
It's all the names still loading.
Dragged so hard it fucked up the internet.
You know though, it's kind of like heel booze. Brian is getting a ton of heel booze tonight, and sometimes shit happens.
Heat's heat, man.
Exactly. So at least Brian got a pop. Sometimes nobody else does.
Noah says, is there a way to hear about upcoming live streams without hearing about it on the actual podcast, maybe on Twitter or Facebook? Steve Awesome updates the website, markedOutWrestling.com,
right,
with everything.
Try to get all the most current stuff.
Yeah,
on there
he does all the previews on there.
Yeah,
we try to do Twitter and Facebook. What I say, previews.
Last night's episode is not up.
It's just sometimes we all have day jobs and other stuff to do, so sometimes we don't get around to it. We don't have a full-time social media guru. But Steve does try to stay on the preview, and so
spread the word. We'll have more time because we can quit these day jobs.
Right? Yeah.
If you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus,
yeah.
Instagram.
Our housekeeping isn't just to play Tommy Boy clips. Just FYI, guys, we're trying to get out there.
And the final thought from the board, then I'll let you go and we'll get out of here. CT says Brian's segment is on the list.
Brian made the list, and so did his segment.
Twice, 2 times.
You're welcome.
We need to take bets. Who ends up on the list first, me or Steve?
But
as
not
the last
Brian.
2 holdouts.
But not Brian. Brian is not on the list.
Oh, that was York.
No. CT said Brian, you in studio.
Just the segment.
Yes.
Okay.
You were not on the list.
When you said Brian was on the list earlier, you meant York.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it. We're going to have to figure out York's name.
Yorkmaster.
Yorkmaster 73,000. Anyway, we're going to end the show. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.